As I said in my opening statement, no single hearing can tell the history of the United States war in Afghanistan. But today was a good start. And it's a good start because when the Democrats were in the majority, they held no hearings after Kabul fell. The testimony provided by today's witnesses answered questions and raised troubling new ones that this committee will pursue. The fact that the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction, Mr. Sopko, today cannot confirm American tax dollars are not funding the Taliban is shameful. It's horrifying. Nearly 2 years after the United States withdrawal from Afghanistan, the United States continues to send billions of dollars to Afghanistan, which is run by the Taliban, since the country was lost in August 2021. The Biden administration is taking money out of the paychecks of American truckers, American teachers, American farmers, American builders, and American soldiers, and sending it to the same people who shot at those soldiers, who murdered those soldiers until not long ago. That is on the top of the billions of dollars in equipment left for the Taliban to use. And the Biden administration has no interest in identifying the waste, fraud, and abuse connected to Afghanistan. Mr. Sopko's testimony today that the State Department is continuing to direct its employees not to cooperate with SIGAR is shocking to me. We have demanded the administration cooperate with SIGAR, yet it continues to stonewall and ignore SIGAR's important work. Secretary Blinken will be expected to answer for this obstruction of the Inspector General. A reckless Biden administration will not avoid accountability, whether from Inspectors General or this committee. Finally, I want to respond to some of the comments made today about the necessity of this hearing or who is to blame for the loss of America's war in Afghanistan. This hearing has been to conduct oversight. That's what this committee is meant to do. That's what Congress is meant to do. To characterize a hearing with 4 inspectors general who also conduct oversight as political theater or Monday morning quarterbacking is just, it's bizarre. The witnesses today are nonpartisan government witnesses tasked with identifying problems within their agencies. The decisions of this administration towards Afghanistan deserve the Oversight Committee's attention because, after all, it is the current administration. I think some of my friends on the other side of the aisle forget Joe Biden is the president, not Donald Trump. This committee had many hearings on the Trump administration's Afghanistan policies while President Trump was in office. Was that political theater? That there have been problems identified in the Biden administration by the Inspectors General and that this committee seeks to hear those problems is not political theater. Those problems identified in the Biden administration's withdrawal from Afghanistan were obvious to anyone who had a television in August of 2021 and witnessed the disastrous withdrawal the Biden administration oversaw. I supported withdrawing from Afghanistan. I'm grateful no additional Americans will die in Afghanistan. Joe Biden told the American people to trust him to be their commander-in-chief of the U.S. military. He lost the war in Afghanistan in 8 months. That is President Biden's legacy. And that is what the American people should and will hold him accountable for. In closing, I want to thank our panelists once again for their important and insightful testimony today. We respect and depend on the IG community for our substantive oversight work. And with that, and without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days within which to submit materials and to submit additional written questions for the witnesses, which will be forwarded to the witnesses for their response. If there is no further business, without objection, the committee stands adjourned.